If you don't know what to do with this or these, don't worry, I'll show you. Today we're diving into Staghorn propagation, so buckle up because we're not just talking about removing those adorable pups, we're also going to unlock the secrets of spore propagation. Have you ever looked at those brown dust-like things on your Staghorn fern and wondered, can I grow a whole new plant from these? Well, wonder no more because you can. We're about to unleash that hidden potential and turn your single Staghorn into a whole family of them. Okay, first things first, what size do the pups need to be if they're safe to remove? I think it's more or less, I'd say about palm size. Once they're that big, I think it's probably a good time to take them off if you'd like to. Now you're gonna need a sharp knife or some scissors to cut away this section. I always just make sure I wipe down the knife. This avoids then any infection that might happen. Now a quick thing to note, that is the roots behind this pup are the roots of the mother plant and not that of the pup. So it is best practice to remove as little roots as possible. You can see now in my example, I really went for it, but I found that staghorns can be quite hardy plants and I'm sure she'll recover from this quite easily. Now, here are some existing pups that I've had that I've just scattered around in the garden. I made sure that they maintain good moisture levels and watering schedules, but other than that I really didn't pay them much mind and they're doing quite fine. And I must say I used this as a learning tool and so I was quite harsh with the plant when I removed this, but I'm not seeing too much of an effect from that. So my advice would be just to go for it. Have fun with it, don't worry too much. Now after removing the pup, there's two things we can do. We can either mount it on a board like the mother plant, or we can plant it in a pot. Now the two mediums of choice that I think when you plant in a pot, and this is just my opinion, and that would be some cocoa peat or some sphagnum moss. Now both of these can work. The main thing that I would suggest is that you make sure that the shield frond and the growing medium is level with each other. So that way, when the shield frond extends, it has a nice flat surface to do so and it won't be interrupted by any bumps or objects in its way. Now once that's done, it's time to propagate or harvest the spores. These brown dust-like areas behind the leaves of mature staghorns are in fact the spores. You can just gently scrape these off, catch them in a paper tray and save them for later. Okay, so you have the spores and now what do you do? Well, I'd say from what I've seen online, you'd be taking a layer of perlite, watering that a little bit and topping that over some cocoa peat. Then you take these spores and gently sprinkle them over the top. Cover this, make sure it's nice and humid and moist, set it aside in a bright and indirect area, and just be extremely patient because this can take long. I think they were saying between 2 to 6 months for some of the spores to germinate, so this is quite a long game. I think the only maintenance thing to do is then just to make sure that the humidity levels in there remain high. So just don't let that whole medium situation dry out, but since you've covered it, I don't think that will be happening. Last but not least, unfortunately we have left the mother plant in a bad condition, so I went ahead and with the snap of a finger remounted it on a new board and I think it actually just does look quite nice. We're gonna set her aside and leave her alone, don't touch her for a while, and I think in no time she'll be back and healthy and beautiful once again and thriving. I think these are fantastic plants. They're ancient, they're lucky, and If you don't have any, I would seriously consider getting them. They're quite easy to keep if you have the right conditions, and they will bring anyone a lot of joy. Quite a statement piece if you ask me, and they have this artistic feeling about them because you can hang them on the side, and which is just completely unique. And those are my reasons why, if you do not have one, I would recommend getting one. I'm back fully on the YouTube train, and I'll be posting a video once a week. So if I've missed a week somewhere, it means something went wrong or we had some editing issues. But stay tuned. If you like this kind of content, please support the channel by subscribing. And if you like this video, go give it a comment down below. Tell me what you think. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.